token sale, there's 300 million total tokens. Let me go over the breakdown of them. Now, the token distribution, 50% is going to be sold to the community, which that is honestly the minimum that I would be happy with and say it's good. It's not bad, it doesn't make me worry, it's not too little, but it is the minimum for good. I'd like to see it at 55, 60, 70 is, would be excellent, but 50% is fine. 20% to the team, that is a lot. That is one of the things when I first saw that kind of made me think a little bit, especially because 10% is to investors and advisors, which you could add that to the team and say 30% of it's going to the team. That is a lot. It's too much. It could be. Now 20%, and with that added on there, it's not really a red flag, but it makes the team very, very important. A lot of faith has to be put in that team. They have to be kind of amazing to garner that and to garner the trust in it when they're having an ICO. Now the team, the co-founder, all of these people, they're not old. I don't want to call them old, but they're not kids. They're not like a lot of ICOs or startups where they have 3 years experience. They're literally, their resume is what school they graduated from is one of the biggest things. These people have 20 years experience, 30 years experience. All the short end is like 15 years. Most people have 20 years experience in their field. And like I said, most of them are in government, security, defense. They have had to have top secret clearance, other security clearance. They're not your average run-of-the-mill cryptocurrency team. From what I've seen, their LinkedIn's are everyone's got one. There is a LinkedIn for the company itself. Carl's many years experience in digital consultancy within the finance and defense sectors, as well as starting and running a successful online business within the social care industry. His expertise in security, stakeholder engagement, fintech, and mobile applications. That is kind of everything rolled into one. Mark Williams, 20 years of digital transformation consultancy experience within defense and security and intelligence and central government. His expertise in marketing, UX security, stakeholder engagement. Mark successfully created several startups. Anna is experienced portfolio and program manager, defense, utility sectors, once again. Adam, 20 years, hundreds of successful design and advertising campaigns. Steve, 30 years experience providing IT solutions, business development across multiple sectors of the UK and abroad. Same thing, 15 years, secure data solutions. So everyone has some kind of foot in the security field, as well as whatever else, the other one that they're in. George Hahn is an advisor. You've probably seen him on a lot of other ICOs. He is a lot, 90 different startups in 6 years. Bernard Hall, 15 years experience in technology, business consultant working in South Africa, Netherlands, Germany, Middle East, India, basically everywhere but the US. Paul has over 25 years experience within human resources. Once again, 25 years, 30 years, 20 years. PR, 14 years experience. Matt Windsor, 20 years fintech experience, including 10 years at algorithmic FX and commodities markets. In London, he helped develop retail products working with the FX spread and bitten platforms and specialties in business architecture. So, very specific. They're the amount, I think that they said it was like 80 years experience. The amount of experience here on the team is pretty massive, and it's hard for me to really put into words how important it is that their experience is in the defense and intelligence and security sector. That does make them a bit more trustworthy than your average ICO team member, because they've had to go through so much in order to work in those industries. In order to have 30 years, you don't have 30 years experience in defense and intelligence if you are kind of an untrustworthy individual. So that is a big deal. So the team is really, really good. Excellent team. Why another exchange and why issue tokens? Most of the stuff I'm gonna go over. I cover in the FAQ. If you read through it, it's pretty much what I'm gonna go over. It's an exchange token, so like I said, it's one of the only tokens that is used for what it's designed for nowadays. Most tokens, people don't want to use them because it's hard to use a utility token for its utility when you get it as a speculative vehicle. I mean, people don't want to buy their coffee with Bitcoin because a year from now that coffee would have cost them $50. You know, if Bitcoin goes up. The story of the Bitcoin pizza. You know, that's anytime you use a token for what it's designed for, that's what you're thinking. You know, I'm paying for this with this token. I'm going to be out of so much money later on, and that's one of the reasons why people don't use fiat or use tokens for what they're designed for. But when it comes to exchange tokens, they are used for what they are designed for. Do they make money? There hasn't been one that I've seen that has not been ridiculously successful. Exchange tokens seem to be like the Star Wars movies of tokens. They just, no matter what it is or who's in charge of it, they're going to make money. I'll go over the white paper real quick. It's the one-pagers. It's just too short. So we'll skim through the white paper. It is 30 pages, but it's pretty easy reading.